Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to the Facebook Live for the event industry. I am your host, Jen Singer, the founder of the event industry, an online community for you, my fellow event planners. How are you doing today? I've created this platform and this community to share resources with you, expertise that I've gained over the 16 years that I've been planning events. A lot of hard lessons learned and fun things that I've picked up along the way that have definitely shaped the way that I currently manage events, along with providing this expertise and information for you on a weekly basis. I also manage my own events, and I like to take a lot of even current lessons I'm learning and share that with you because it is always a learning process, and there's always new and fun things that are popping up. You know, not just new fun trends, but sometimes challenges that you just don't even think could be a challenge. And so just want to know that I'm here to support you. If you have any questions, a lot of the content that I put together is derived from questions that you guys post for me. You can reach out to me at hello@theeventindustry.com. That's HELO at theeventindustry.com. And if you go to theeventindustry.com, there's plenty of these Facebook Live videos and free checklists and tools that you can download that can help you with anything from like creating a timeline to great questions to ask on a venue tour. Plenty of information to dive into. So today we are going to dive into transportation and parking. Now, I'm just going to call it. This is not this funnest. Is funnest even a word? This is not the most exciting part of the planning that I get to do. Like, I could sugarcoat it and say that it's great. And, but honestly, it's a logistic thing, and sometimes it requires some bus transportation or some parking sign or some valet service, and I would rather just pick out the decor or talk about the food stuff. But it is a huge element of the event that can greatly impact the experience that your guests have and the attendees, from like, you know, knowing before they go to the arrival or even getting to that destination. So a lot of things to think about in advance. And I do have a few questions that maybe you should just start when you're thinking about, okay, what elements of transportation or parking do we need to consider for our event? And I would just start asking yourself these questions, like, where are my guests going to park? If they're coming on their own, like, how are they getting to the event? And if they're getting on their own accord, if they're driving themselves, where would we instruct them to park? Because if you're going somewhere and you've never really been there before, what is your first question? It's usually like, okay, well, where am I going to park when I get there? Thanks. What will happen when I arrive? So will I need to go pay for parking? Is it going to be a long walk? Will I know? Will there be some signs? And another question to kind of pose for yourself is, where are all these guests coming from? Does it make sense that a lot of them will be coming together, driving on their own? Maybe they're coming right from work to your event, or maybe it's a, you know, an evening dinner event and they're coming as couples, or maybe they're taking rideshare because they, you know, they might want to enjoy a few drinks that night. So, you know, a lot of guests will be using like Uber or Lyft for your event. So all things to consider. Okay, so when you're looking at that transportation, there's a couple different elements that you want to consider. Is where guests are going to park, and call that out. Now, is it just, there's not, it's all open, there's street parking, there is paid lots. Put that in your communication so your guests know what their options are. Are you going to facilitate valet services? Do you need to procure some proposals? Reach out to some different valet companies and talk about, you know, what different valet services you might need. Is it valet services for everybody, or is it for some VIP guest? Are you going to encourage rideshare with Uber or Lyft, or can you talk to those companies about even a discount code for your event that you can even promote? So maybe say that funds are limited If you can't provide valet service, parking is going to be really expensive in that area or super limited, even if there is paid options. So you want to encourage rideshare. Talk to Uber or Lyft and see if there is a discount element that you can evoke. Another element that's kind of outside the box, and definitely for more casual style of events, and I've done this before, especially for like beer festivals and where a lot of guests are coming from, urban areas, downtown facilities, is encouraging bike parking. We have gone to the extent of having bike valet. So people can park their bikes. They don't need like a lock or anything. They like check it in. They go into the event. Now you've eliminated all this parking. It looks really cool, as a setup for the event, and it's friendly for the environment. It's like a total win-win. So if you have a casual style of event, I would definitely encourage considering a bike valet or bike parking element. And then the last thing I would just add to all of this is you want to send out some sort of communication, whether that's an email or maybe you're calling or however you're communicating with your attendees. Say it's an email and just the know before you go kind of synopsis. Here is all the elements of like how you're getting to the event, where you should be parking, where we've thought of how we could assist you. Maybe it's a valet service. This is how the valet service is going to transpire. Maybe it's a valet service that you're not, you're offering, but you're not paying for. So valet service is available and it's, $10 per car or what have you. Or there's bike valet service available and it's free. So just communicating all the things with your guests so they have all the information they need to know before they go. So that is kind of my wrap up for the parking element. The very crucial part of the event, my kind of least favorite element to manage, and happy to have someone else cover, but crucial nonetheless. So hope that was helpful. Again, visit theeventindustry.com for more tools and tips, and you can always email me at hello@theeventindustry.com if you have any questions. I would be happy and excited to connect with you and see if I could be of service. Have an awesome Friday. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next week.